Prime Minister Narendra Modi heading to Johannesburg because South Africa is where the BRICS Summit is set to be hosted now. South Africa hosting the 15th BRICS Summit, for which Prime Minister Modi has also been invited. But as you can see on the other side of your screen, so has Chinese Premier Xi Jinping arrived for the BRICS Summit. So on one hand, Prime Minister Modi departing from India, while Xi Jinping arriving for the BRICS Summit. This is going to be very crucial because whether or not there are going to be bilateral talks of China, that is going to be the big suspense right now. After the line of controls military level talks, remember the co-commander level talks, at least 19 rounds have already taken place. Will Modi and Xi Milan be on the cards? Because eventually, remember, as much as the military talks, it will have to be diplomatic conversations that can bring some sort of a resolution. Let's go across to our Foreign Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, for the latest on that. Geeta, so at least we know now that Xi Jinping will be at the BRICS Summit, so will be Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, whether the twain shall meet, that is not yet clear. Geeta.
Well, that's right. What we're given to understand is that there is a meeting that's most likely to take place on the sidelines of the BRICS Summit, but there is no confirmation or an announcement yet. For now, there are only 3 countries with which bilateral meetings have been confirmed: Iran, Mozambique and Ethiopia, which is very interesting because the South African president has not only invited the BRICS leaders but also a host of African nations. We are looking at a BRICS Africa outreach program as well. So Prime Minister Modi has a packed schedule for the next 3-4 days, beginning with the business forum and then the leaders retreat. It is at the leaders retreat, if at all an unofficial bilateral meeting is to happen, then a pull-aside or is to happen, Pooja, that could happen today on the sidelines of the BRICS leaders retreat. And that will really be interesting. But otherwise, there are scheduled bilateral meetings that are in place, but names have not been put of leaders who Prime Minister Modi is going to meet. Should the 2 leaders meet, it will pave the way for Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit to India for the G20 that Prime Minister Modi and the Indian administration will be hosting in September.
And could South Africa become that, so to say, neutral location where Prime Minister Modi and Chinese Premier Xi Jinping could be meeting, and will it yield any results at all? So Prime Minister Modi departing from Delhi to Johannesburg because South Africa is hosting the 15th BRICS Summit. They have a rotating membership here where they've been. Now they are going to be the host this year. Heading to South Africa at the invitation of President of the Republic of South Africa, Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa. Soon after arrival, Prime Minister Modi will participate in the BRICS Business Forum Leaders Dialogue and the BRICS Leaders Retreat. Prime Minister Modi is expected to participate in discussions on issues related to economic cooperation, food security and BRICS expansion. As per sources, Prime Minister Modi will also hold bilateral meetings with Iran, Mozambique and Ethiopia on the 24th of August. Meanwhile, Chinese President Xi Jinping will also be in South Africa to attend the summit. The India-China border standoff, remember, is refusing to die down despite 19 rounds of military-level talks. All eyes will be if these 2 leaders also meet and whether there will be a bilateral meeting or not.
The host country, South Africa, has invited large number of guest countries, besides, of course, the BRICS members who would be present there. The Prime Minister's schedule in terms of bilateral meetings with those leaders who would be present in South Africa is still being developed, and as and when we have details of confirmation of Honorable Prime Minister's different bilateral meetings, we would definitely apprise